So how did the no-hand swing drills go? If you struggled with it, it could be because you haven't gotten the hang of how to integrate your body motion yet. Remember, the body swings the arms and the hands and the club. So if your body wasn't moving or wasn't moving well, you might have struggled to do that drill in a successful way. When we shut off the hands, we need to turn on the body. So if your body wasn't moving, you probably failed the drill. So you may want to go back and revisit that after you've watched this module and then see if you can do a little bit better. So now let's talk about the body, the engine. I know I've referenced the idea of moving our body and waking up our body and using some pivot, but we got to get this back swing started. And I want you to really think about this. A lot of golfers talk about the beginning of the backswing and reference it as the takeaway. I completely despise that term because to me it feels very slow. It sounds manufactured. We're taking the club away from the ball. We're lifting it. No, no, no. We want to swing the club back and away. So we need to create fluid motion to get the swing started. To me, the swing starts before the club head moves. Let me say that again. The swing starts before the club head moves in a couple different ways. One, in the body, building energy in the feet, creating some nice movement, dynamic movement as we settle into the ball. We're not frozen here waiting for something to start. But as we settle in, we want to find ourselves in a position where we wind up a little bit more on our lead side to make room to step onto our trail foot to help get momentum started in the backswing. So I'm going to call this the momentum move. I'm settling in, I'm finding myself on my lead side, and here comes my backswing. Now I did that really slow. I'm going to do it regular speed next, and I want you to really pay attention to my trail foot as I start the movement back. Did you see that little bump of energy onto my right foot? That's the momentum move. Call it stepping on the gas. Why? Because we're firing up the swing, but not firing up the swing from here or from here or from here. We're firing it up from the ground up. This truly is actually a bottom-up swing. It's not a top-down swing because it's a hands-free swing. Okay, so listen, as we get set up, you're going to get those feet moving and settling in. It's okay to dance around a little bit. I actually encourage it. It helps set rhythm. It helps keep you moving and loose. And as soon as you feel ready, find your way to your lead side and pop that left heel up for me. Get some air underneath that right heel. This is a great drill. If you love it, you can do it for real, but you don't have to do it for real. It's kind of just to get a feel. So I've got about maybe an inch of space under my right heel. And from here, with my weight on my left leg, now I'm going to step on the gas. I'm going to step down with my heel. And why my heel is because that's going to also not only get me on my right foot, but it's going to introduce the beginning of rotation in the lower body. So if I just step to the side, I would move to the side. That's a sway. Not what we're looking for. We're looking for more of a motion down and back. That's rotation. Now I'm stepping into but against my right side. I'm not actually moving through my right side. The idea of creating momentum in the backswing, creating a windup, is we are swinging to the right to swing to the left. We don't swing to the right to go right. We swing right to go left later on. So ultimately, we want to be in a position where we're moving and creating momentum into and against that right side, essentially swinging back, or if you want to think about throwing or flinging your arms up and back. We can do this with a nice swift pace. That's the point, is to create momentum. It's the momentum move. But it doesn't happen from here. It happens from down there. So wake up those toes. I want you to try this drill without the ball, and then I want you to do it with a ball. Let's give it a go. All right, here we go. The momentum move in all its glory. Find my way to my lead side, pop the heel. It just feels so good. It makes the backswing feel automatic. And remember, we're not doing this slowly. We're doing this with some speed. Not to say that we are rushing the moment. Don't grab the club. To be honest, I want you to look at this really interesting thing here. Ready? As I step down, notice what's happening to the club. The handle is starting to kind of just leak a little bit back, isn't it? When I exaggerate. That's kind of opposite of what a lot of golfers think to do in their backswing. They're busy getting the club head moving first. So the body moving first gets the handle moving a little bit, which leads to, of course, then finally the hands and the whole shaft going back. So this is going to effectively give you the one-piece takeaway, hitting all the correct quote-unquote positions that you want to hit back up in here without having to think about it, without worrying about, am I in the right spot? Is my club face square? If you're somebody that whips the club inside and always gets it off plane and just pulling off the ball, maybe even moving your body and your head and stuff off the ball, this is different because the club head's actually the last thing to go. And in a split second, it's not going to look as exaggerated as what I demonstrated there, but that is a feel that I need you to lean into, to just embrace that we are swinging the club on the way back. This is a great example here. Here's my pendulum. What moves first to get the pendulum swinging? The club head? The handle. But we don't just have one connection point. We've got arms attached to shoulders, attached to body. So here's my body getting that little tug on the club going, and whoop, there goes the club, all the way back and up. So again, the swing starts before the swing actually starts, before you can see the club head physically moving. There's things in the works. There's stuff happening under the hood of that engine. So when you watch good players, you'll see their feet very active. And we want to embrace that dynamic movement, build that energy, and boom. Get that momentum building in the backswing. This works for any club. This doesn't change when we go to driver. Let me show you. When we get our driver and we tee up a golf ball, there's that little voice in our head that says, time to hit it far. That muscle wants to creep in. We know we're not supposed to do that in a true swing. You want to surrender to the swing. Let the swing do the work. This is how you avoid the muscle. You rely on momentum. You create momentum. You get those feet going. That's bigger energy than probably what I gave my 9-iron, but I was still very committed to swinging my arms through to the finish. No hands. Swinging my arms does not mean using my arms. It's getting my body to lead the arms and swing them back and through. So, a true swing starts with a back swing. And don't be afraid to exaggerate some of this footwork in the early stages of learning and doing this training. I want you to think about your Kyle Berkshires and the big long drive champs who actually physically move their feet, and then you see them make these big, gigantic backswings. Those are not slow backswings. They are going for it. But I've heard many quotes directly even from your Bryson DeChambeau's of the world as he took his speed journey of loose wrists, soft arms, and then big energy and speed. So it's not about tighter and pulling harder. The body's doing more work. Remember, we're turning on the body so we can turn off the hands and arms so they can receive the speed and energy. That's where your speed and power is really going to come from. So I might be getting a little ahead of myself here because there is a speed system that we're going to introduce later. But this is a great moment for you to understand how important it is to harness momentum in the early stages of the true swing. Then you can redirect it on the way through.